Good afternoon and welcome. This is the public hearing of the Commission on Judicial Appointments. As Chief Justice of California, I serve as chair of the commission, and our members are the Attorney General, Javier Becerra, and Presiding Justice Manuel A. Ramirez. Amoy Kim serves as our secretary to the commission. This hearing is to consider Governor Edmund G. Brown Jr.'s appointment of the Honorable Judge Patricia Guerrero to the Office of Associate Justice, Court of Appeal, 4th Appellate District, Division 1. We are in receipt of a letter from Governor Brown appointing Judge Guerrero to fill a vacancy created by the passing of Associate Justice Alex C. McDonald. The state constitution specifies that an appointment by the governor to the Court of Appeal is effective when confirmed by the Commission on Judicial Appointments. We received correspondence pertaining to this appointment, and we made these letters available to the press and the public several days ago. Pursuant to a request by Governor Brown, the State Bar's Commission on Judicial Nominees Evaluation has undertaken an evaluation of the qualifications of Judge Guerrero. And Mr. David Fu, chair of the Jenny Commission, is present today to publicly announce the results of that evaluation and will do so later in the proceedings. Judge Guerrero has asked that the following persons be called to testify on her behalf, and I will list them now and then call them up separately to the podium. Judge Maureen Hallahan of the Superior Court of San Diego County, and Mr. Robert Howard, a partner at Latham & Watkins. Judge Hallahan.
All right, thank you, Chief Justice, Attorney General Becerra, and Justice Ramirez. It is a pleasure for me to be here today to speak on behalf of Judge Guerrero. And I'd like to say good afternoon to Judge Guerrero, her parents, and her beautiful family. Judge Guerrero is, without a doubt, one of the finest people I know, one of my very good friends, and an excellent judge on the San Diego Superior Court. When Judge Guerrero was first appointed to the bench, I was told by Justice McConnell, and I usually do what Justice McConnell says, so when she tells me to do something, I consider it very seriously. She told me I should fight for Judge Guerrero to be in the Family Law Department. At the time, I was supervising judge of family law. So I fought for Judge Guerrero. When Judge Guerrero was assigned to family law, I was even more fortunate to have her chambers next to mine. In the years that we worked closely together, I got to know her as a person and as a judge. She became a close and valued friend and an invaluable colleague. Before I talk about who she is today, I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about her background and her personal journey. She grew up in a traditional Hispanic family in the Imperial Valley. The Imperial Valley has a predominantly Hispanic population with high poverty, unemployment, and illiteracy rates. Spanish was her first language, yet all her education was in English. Her parents did not have the opportunity to pursue their education, but they both worked extremely hard and supported her in school. Throughout her childhood, her father worked as a cowboy at local feedlots, tamed wild horses, worked as a farrier, and competed in rodeos. Her mother stayed home and cared for Judge Guerrero and her sister and babysat other people's children. Although her parents could not help her with her school and her homework, they believed in her and supported her. They made her believe that she could do anything if she just worked hard enough. Through her education, her drive, and her personal commitment, she soared. She graduated as high school class valedictorian, graduated from UC Berkeley, magna cum laude, and from Stanford Law, all with honors and awards. Judge Guerrero's parents instilled in her the importance of helping others, such as those family members living in poverty in Mexicali in Mexico. She told me that no matter how little they had, they were willing to and did share it with others less fortunate. Following her parents' lead, she volunteered at Casa Cornelia, the Immigration Justice Project, San Diego Volunteer Lawyer Program, La Raza, and the Lawyers Club Women's Resource Fair. As a judge, she brought her drive, her strong work ethic, her compassion, and her caring to the bench. She is analytical, thorough, and dedicated to the law and to those who appear before her. In the years I watched her in family court, I knew those families were getting the very best. On the bench, she is calm, thoughtful, patient, taking the time to both listen to the lawyers and the parties and to explain her rulings. The family law bar in San Diego is different than other bars. They were around long before and will be around long after judges come and go through family law assignments. They're also not shy about voicing any concerns they have about new judges assigned to family. But they embraced Judge Guerrero. They appreciated her demeanor, her preparation. She always knew more than anybody else in the courtroom about the cases that came before her, even the lawyers, and her swift and thoughtful rulings. They loved it when she was assigned their cases. The only real question the lawyers had for me was, just how old is she? She looks like she's 14. She left our court as supervising judge of the Family Law Division. In that role, she assisted in ushering in the new Tyler case management system. She made significant changes in our minute order forms when, due to budget cuts, family lost court reporters in family. And she organized the move to the new courthouse for family. The Family Law Division will be the first to move into the new courthouse. Their move date is today. I'm sure Judge Guerrero wishes she could have sat at least for a day in that new courthouse, but I know that she will be very happy in her new home at the Court of Appeal. Although she was in a family law assignment, she seemed to know so much about so many areas of the law. One day, I mentioned to her that I had attended a class on felony sentencing. I told her it was difficult and really quite complex. Without skipping a beat, she said to me, I know it's difficult. When I first was appointed to the bench, I read the felony sentencing bench book. And remember, she was headed to family. It was very unlikely that she was going to need any information on sentencing. I'm sure she has read every single bench book, and I'm sure she knows them by heart. Off the bench, Judge Guerrero is kind, caring, warm, and generous. She has a wonderful sense of humor, an easy laugh, and is spontaneous and genuine. She demands a lot of herself and yet maintains a calm presence even in the most difficult of circumstances. She's a treasured friend. She is someone you can count on to listen, to help, to laugh, and to cry with. She has the talent, the energy, the drive, the intellect, the dedication, and the personal commitment to the law to excel on the Court of Appeal. The justices will be getting a wonderful colleague. The San Diego Superior Court will miss her, but we are glad to have what I hope soon to be Justice Guerrero, making sure that we've made the right call in our cases. Thank you for allowing me to say a few words today, and I urge the Commission to confirm Judge Guerrero to the 4th Appellate District Court of Appeal, Division 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Hallahan. I invite Mr. Robert Howard to the podium.
Thank you, Madam Chief Justice, Mr. Attorney General, and Presiding Justice Ramirez.
Thank you.
My name is Robert Howard, and I'm here to speak in support of my former law partner, the Honorable Trish Guerrero. I was her departmental chair and longtime colleague at Latham & Watkins in San Diego. I knew Trish from the moment she joined our firm as a newly minted Stanford-educated attorney in 1997 to when she departed 16 years later as a newly appointed judge in 2013. In between, she had an 18-month stint in the U.S. Attorney's Office. It's fair to say that I have worked with Trish longer and more directly than any person in her accomplished career thus far. We were a team. We had forged an agreement, or at least I thought we had forged an agreement that she would never leave the firm before me, unless, of course, she was appointed to the bench. I gambled confidently and lost miserably on that deal, but I was not surprised because Trish was a bit of a pioneer at our firm. She made equity partner after working only 7 years as an associate, excluding that stint as a federal prosecutor, which is unheard of nowadays at large firms. She purposely worked with some of our most demanding partners, one of whom is sitting behind me. She was appointed to serve on important firm management committees, one of which was empowered to recommend the firm's newest partners, notably while she was still only a fifth-year associate. She was repeatedly appointed to committees, sometimes multiple committees at the same time, because she was so well respected for her intellect, maturity, discretion, and judgment. I remember vividly the client loyalty that Trish developed. And if I could point to one trait that she was universally known for while in private practice, it is her legal writing. Trish was regarded as our firm's or among our firm's best legal writers. Greg Vega, the former U.S. Attorney in San Diego, still calls Trish the best legal writer he has ever seen, and I agree. We stood side by side in some tough trials, one of which she was pregnant while carrying her oldest son, Anthony, behind me. During that particularly long criminal trial, Trish would handle witnesses during the day, rush back to the office to prepare a superb briefing that she had to do overnight because the judge wanted to see it first thing in the morning. And to give you a sense of her unique personality, Trish purposely scheduled the delivery of Anthony to take place 2 hours after the anticipated completion of an important criminal hearing. But Anthony did not agree, and he arrived 2 days early. So in true form, Trish finished the brief literally on the way to the hospital and coordinated the filing of her briefs via cell phone an hour after Anthony arrived. Who in the world does that? Judge Guerrero does that. But that is why her former clients loved her and why Trish is like no one else with whom I've ever practiced. I miss her every working day, but she would be an exceptional justice on the Court of Appeal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. And next we'll hear from the Jenny chairperson, Mr. David Fu.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Attorney General, Justice Ramirez. I'm honored to present this report on behalf of the Commission on Judicial Nominees Evaluation to summarize the basis of the Jenny Commission's rating of the Honorable Patricia Guerrero for Associate Justice of the Court of Appeal, 4th Appellate District, Division 1. The Jenny Commission conducted its evaluation of Judge Guerrero on October the 14th, 2016, finding Judge Guerrero exceptionally well qualified. According to Commission rules, this rating reflects the Commission's determination that this candidate possesses qualities and attributes indicative of remarkable or extraordinary superiority to perform the appellate function with distinction. The Jenny Commission notes that despite humble Imperial Valley beginnings, Judge Guerrero received her BA degree from UC Berkeley, followed by her JD degree from Stanford Law School. Before taking the San Diego County Superior Court bench in 2013, she served as an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District, where she prosecuted drug smuggling, human trafficking, and immigration cases, following which she was an associate and then partner of Latham & Watkins, working on environmental, land and resources, and litigation cases on trial and appellate matters. On the San Diego bench, she was ultimately assigned to the Family Law Division and named supervising judge in 2014. She was praised by raters as meticulously prepared, thoughtful, and knowledgeable, with outstanding writing skills. Many found her warm, compassionate, engaging, and profoundly intelligent. Often noted to be the first at work in the morning, Judge Guerrero modestly credited this industry to her working-class parents. Additionally, raters found her unflappable, with an immense humility and sincerity, reflected in her expressed awareness of the gravity and deeply personal impact of her bench rulings. I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Fu. I now invite Judge Guerrero to the podium to present a statement and to answer any questions the Commission may have. Welcome.
Thank you. Chief Justice Kantil Sakaue, Attorney General Becerra, and Senior Presiding Justice Ramirez. I have no opening statement I'll submit on my papers. I just would like to say it's an honor and a privilege to be here before you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
Chief, actually, I'd like to direct a comment to your parents. I want to thank you for what you did to give your daughter this chance to excel. I suspect you're being rewarded as you watch. I think it is absolutely tremendous to see that your work has borne so much great fruit. I'm amazed that her 2 sons have been so patiently sitting there throughout this process, which means she's obviously a good judge. But if I can just say to you, Judge, my sense is that what you're achieving here today is a mark not just of what you've done, but of what your parents help you have an opportunity to do. And as the son of people who had a very similar circumstance, where my father got to about the 6th grade, he did everything from pick every crop you could think of up and down the state of California along Highway 99 to fixing the brakes on railroad cars, to canning tomatoes and Campbell soup, and ultimately working as a construction worker. It's a great tribute to this country to be able to see people like you excel, but it's even greater to see people like your parents get to watch it. So I applaud you for what you've done. I have no real questions because I think you've proven that you have an opportunity to do some great things now as an appellate justice.
Thank you very much.
May I?
Of course.
I will follow in the footsteps of the Attorney General on this record, as thorough and as complete as it is. I have no questions of you, Judge. I did notice of your parents, particularly your mother, that there were tears coming from her eyes, and your father looked at you when you looked at him just a moment ago. And as far as those tears are concerned, I can just tell that tears of joy and happiness, and seeing you, their daughter, being confirmed this afternoon. And I, too, as someone who grew up in a family of 11 and a father in and out of work, unemployed often, and living on and off welfare, it brings, and I can just imagine the joy that it brings to your parents and your family, and what an example you are to your children and your family and to all those who know you. So, no, I have no questions this afternoon, Chief. I would submit
Thank you.
this record.
Thank you. I have a question. Justice McConnell introduced me to Brawley about 3 years ago. I think it is one of our favorite places in all of California. And when I landed in San Diego and drove 2 to 3 hours, I had to say, am I still in California? And when I went to Brawley, I was so impressed by the teachers and the community and the students, a school that is largely English as a first language, and the opportunities. And you're so accomplished, and your parents with such a vision. I wonder, my question is, do you get back to Brawley very often?
Funny that you would ask that question, because my mother, if given an opportunity to speak, would say I do not get down there as often as I should. I will concede that, but I do try. My husband is from Imperial Valley, although he'll tell you pretty quickly that he's from the bigger town of El Centro. He grew up in Imperial. My in-laws were there until recently. They came to San Diego to help, and my parents are still there. I have lifelong friends who are in the Imperial Valley, and that is my home, and I do make it down there. I wouldn't change the way that I grew up, and I thank you for recognizing my parents and what they've contributed, because I would not be here without them and without all of the support, including from many of my childhood friends in the Imperial Valley and my family there and in Mexicali.
Thank you. Well, I hope that you get to take the trip with Justice McConnell and I to Brawley.
We can show you the rodeo.
Absolutely. And I hope that they have an opportunity to hear from you there. That would just be absolutely fantastic. So this completes the list of witnesses who are here to testify. Are the members of the commission ready to vote?
Yes.
All in favor of confirming Judge Guerrero for this position, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. On this record and the correspondence received, the commission finds the Honorable Patricia Guerrero qualified to be an Associate Justice of the Court of Appeal, 4th Appellate District, Division 1. We confirm your appointment. Congratulations, Justice Guerrero.
Thank you.
I invite Justice Guerrero and your family and friends to the robing room so we may sign official documents. And in a few minutes, we'll return to the bench. I'll administer the oath of office, and Justice Guerrero will have an opportunity then to address the audience. Thank you. We stand adjourned. This is Anthony, who was born 2 days before the end of the trial. Good job, good timing. Good timing, huh? Mr. Attorney General, we need you here. Okay, we're gonna need to squeeze in and probably circle a little bit for some of the pictures. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Presiding Justice Ramirez, I need you all to come in and scoot forward. Maybe do you want some of the little ones up front? Yeah, how about there you go. In a year, you'll be in the back, you're all so tall. Okay, very good. Yeah, here we go. Why don't you step back right here? Step right here. No, you guys. Mr. Attorney General, why don't you come on this side? So then we have the balance of power here. Okay. So please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Patricia Guerrero,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California,
That I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which
upon which
I'm about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, Justice Guerrero. For you. And there it is. Take it more. And please.
Thank you so much. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you. I would like to thank the governor for the faith that he has shown in me and the confidence in this appointment. To the Commission on Judicial Appointments, this is particularly meaningful to be sworn in by you, all children of hardworking immigrants. It is a true pleasure, and it makes this memorable and meaningful to me in so many ways. And to Amoy Kim for putting all of this together. I'm sure it was no easy task. I would like to thank my former colleagues at Latham and Watkins, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and San Diego Superior Court. It has been such a pleasure, and I'm thankful for all of the opportunities that you gave to me. I could not have done this without you, and for all the letters that you wrote in support, some of you multiple times. I felt like I had to keep calling, including most particularly Judge Hallahan, Bob Howard, Rick Rauschenbusch. There are so many others who may be listening, Mike Littman, Greg Vega, Judge Barton. Everyone has been incredibly supportive to me. The entire family law bench and bar, and my clerk and bailiff, who I know are also listening. To my future colleagues, I can already tell it's such a, you've already been so gracious and warm and welcoming. It's such a collegial court, and I am so looking forward to joining all of you. I realize that I am taking the seat, that I'm filling the seat of a wonderful jurist and a wonderful man. I cannot replace Justice McDonald, but I hope to honor his memory in this appointment. My sister, my lifelong friends, you know me, and Joe, you know me more than anybody. You keep me grounded. And I hope that you know how much you mean to me. I know you know how much this means to me. I hope that you also know how much you mean to me. You've already heard a little bit about my family, and thank you all for recognizing them. We did come from humble beginnings, but we were rich in so many other ways. My parents instilled in me the importance of hard work and perseverance. In my dad's case, it was tough, back-breaking manual labor in the heat of the Imperial Valley. As he has said, he worked hard because he had to, so that I could work because I want to, doing something that I love, and this is what I love. My mom, she was and is my role model of strength and independence, And she taught me the importance of helping people who are less fortunate than you, no matter what your own station in life may be. My husband Joe, I mentioned, is also from the Imperial Valley, big city of El Centro. Although this does top that, I hope. My children, Anthony and Christopher. Christopher is overwhelmed. It's very nice to see. It just warms my heart. But I want to thank them for all of their love, for their support, and for their sacrifices, which there are many. Thank you so much. You bring joy to my heart, and you fill it with happiness. Thank you so much. In closing, I would just like to say that it's an honor, and also I'm deeply humbled to be in front of all of you here today. I am aware that I have a lot of responsibilities, and I will faithfully discharge those responsibilities to the best of my ability. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, you have a great new colleague on the bench. Very proud of you, Trish. Very proud of you. You know, your mom's a big deal.
Our pleasure. We're so touched.